everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Green Glow Gourmet. I'm your host, Roxanne, and for today's recipe, we are going to be making crackers, and we're going to be using a food processor and a dehydrator. So the way we're going to make the crackers is using the pulp from the green beet juice that I made a couple days ago. So you never want to throw away your pulp if you're juicing. That's where all your fiber is. You can use it in different recipes. You can use it if you're making your veggie burgers, or if you just want to try to make crackers and something different. There's tons of recipes you can find online of what to do with the pulp. So I have it in this glass container. This is where I've been storing it. You can also compost this, which I'm probably going to end up, because I have so much. I made 2 juices. So I have a lot of pulp left over and I don't want to waste it. So at least I can compost it and put it in my garden, and it will be great food and nutrition for my fruits and vegetables that I am growing out there in the garden. But what I'm going to do first, I'm going to use a food processor, which I have right here. This is just a 4-cup food processor. It's a small one, but it's fine for what we're going to do today. And I'm gonna take 1 cup of my pulp, and I'm just gonna scoop in and get as much as I can in here. It's very moist. And if it's a little over, it's fine. Remember, we don't have to be exact. I'm gonna try to get to the bottom to get some of the other vegetables, the vegetable pulp that's in here from the juice I made. Oh, well, there we go. A mess once again, but that's okay. All right, so I am doubling this recipe because I want to make a lot of crackers. So I put in 2 cups of the pulp from my juice, and then I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of ground flax seeds. I buy my flax seeds, they're organic, they're whole. I keep them in the refrigerator, and then when I need them, I just put it in a blender and grind them. So this calls for a 1/4 cup, which this is probably, I have less than a 1/4 cup, but that's okay. I can grind more, or we're going to be using other seeds as well. When you're doubling it, I would do a 1/4 cup and then another 1/4 cup. But since I don't have any more ground right now, that's fine. It calls for a 1/4 cup of chia seeds, which I'm using hemp seeds instead, so that we will double up one. So I'm going to put in 2 1/4 cups of the hemp seeds. And then I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast, this is what gives it like a cheesy flavor. It is vegan. This is organic. This is just the micro ingredients, organic nutritional yeast flakes, non-fortified vegan, that I got off of Amazon. And then I'm going to use 2 tablespoons, actually I'm going to use 4 tablespoons of sesame seeds. I keep all of my seeds in the refrigerator. It just stays fresher longer. You should always refrigerate them. Make sure and smell them too. You don't want them in there too long, but just so that they don't go rancid. Whoops. All right, that was 4 tablespoons of the sesame seeds, and then I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of the Bragg liquid aminos. It's gluten-free, it's a soy protein seasoning, and it tastes like soy sauce, is the best way to describe the way that this tastes. All right, so we're going to do 2 tablespoons. You could also use coconut aminos. You can find that in your grocery store. I find it at Trader Joe's. It calls for half a teaspoon of sea salt and a 1/4 cup of water. I'm not going to use the salt because I think the soy sauce for me is going to make it salty enough. I'm gonna pour in the 1/4 cup water. Actually, I'm gonna do that twice because I doubled the recipe. All right, and then we are going to process this in the food processor until it is all combined. If you see seeds in there, it's perfectly okay if they have not pulsed all the way down. So I'm going to grind this and we're going to come back and make the crackers. Okay, so I put all of that in the food processor, and you may have to take the top off and just take a spoon and go around and get everything mixed down and then go ahead and process it again. You just want to try to incorporate everything. And then I have the Kosori, C-O-S-O-R-I dehydrator, which I got off of Amazon. And it comes with these trays. And then I bought off of Amazon also, again, the silicone product. This goes right on top of the tray. You can put it right in your dehydrator and it just makes cleanup so easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take everything out of the food processor and I am going to put it on this tray, and you want to just spread it evenly if you can. I actually can definitely, because these trays are so large, I can make another batch and mix it in. But you want to just spread it out till it comes to about the top. In a dehydrator, it will not rise, so you don't have to worry about it making a mess. And you can adjust the temperature. So with the dehydrator, things take a lot longer to cook. So for example, this is going to dehydrate on 115 degrees for 5 hours. And we're going to see how that works out. We are going to do this, I'm doing this overnight actually, so that when I wake up, they will be done. And this dehydrator is pretty quiet, so you don't have to worry about it being loud, interrupting you, not allowing you to sleep. So I'm just going to spread this out. After it's all spread out, I'm just going to take a knife and I'm going to make lines through it, just so that when they are completely finished and dehydrated, that I know where my lines are to break them. But you can also not do that and just break them into crackers. It just depends on how much time you have, how fancy you want to be. You can do this as easy as you want to. You can see the seeds in here. And I'm just spreading all of this out. You can also make wraps out of just food ingredients. You can dehydrate them. I've done that before. And you can make a burrito. And then that way you're just getting a cleaner product again, because you know everything that's in there. There's no fillers. When you're dealing with food like this, you do want to eat it pretty quickly. It's only going to last like 2 to 3 days because it doesn't have any preservatives in it. But just think how fresh everything is and how much healthier it is for you, because you don't have all the fillers in there. And then I just use this to smooth it out. I got this on Amazon too. Between Amazon and Trader Joe's, That's usually where I get everything. You want this to be about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch thick. And I can see the different colors. The reason this is more red is because the beets, they really overpower. They have that strong red color, but it's pretty. And it's gonna taste good too, because in here, I also used zucchini, I used apple, I used cucumber, I used peppers. So I have the pulp from all of that in here mixed in. It's just that the red is the dominant color, but you're gonna have all different flavors. You're not just gonna have it taste like a beet cracker, because beets have a very strong flavor as well, even though they're so good for you. And I just made another juice, as a matter of fact, tonight using 3 beets and 2 very large apples, cucumbers. I had a pepper left over. And that's the best thing, because you never want to waste food if you can help it. All right, so I think I have just about everything out of here that I'm going to scrape out. We're going to put it in the dehydrator. We're going to set it for 5 hours on a 115 degrees. And if you don't have a dehydrator and you want to try this in your oven, set it on the lowest setting in your oven. My lowest setting is 200, but then it has a warm button. I don't know what that temperature would be, but you can try it that way too. So we're gonna dehydrate this and we're gonna come back. I'm gonna put some slices in here with a knife. I can do that and show you as well. I'm just gonna use a butter knife, and I'm not going through it. I'm not going all the way down. I'm just slicing it. And I'm just making it into the shape of squares. And if you don't care and you just wanted to do it without making the shapes, like I said, you can just break it when it's finished. So I'm just gonna go straight across, and then I'm gonna go in the other direction as well. So I just go vertically and then I'm going horizontally. Just putting these in. So easy. And you can make your own crackers. They don't have any oil in them, which is great. I don't cook with oil either, so if I need to saute, I saute with water or I saute with veggie broth. So we're gonna put this in the dehydrator and we'll come back and look at our crackers. Hey everybody, welcome back. So I dehydrated the crackers and it took about 24 hours on 118 degrees. And then what I did is when they came out on the silicone mat, one thing I did notice is you definitely do not want to slice it all the way through. You just want to score it, just like I said, because when you go to take it off of the sill pad, then it comes apart easier and you can crack it. So what I did was, they're not all even, but if you can see, it just cracks. I put it in this bowl. I put it in the refrigerator. You can use this for guacamole. You can use this for any kind of dip that you wanted to use, anything you wanted to spread on crackers. It's a much healthier alternative. It has a lot of fiber because it's using all the pulp from the juice. When I juiced all my fruits and vegetables, all the pulp that came out was my main base for this. So please try this. Let me know if you have any questions.